Good morning. I am Jim Slattery, Chair of the Board of Trustees, and I want to welcome all of you to this historic announcement for the University of Scranton. University presidents today must unleash the talent and energy of their campuses, inspire broad support, and perhaps most importantly, embody a steadfast understanding of and commitment to their unique values and mission. Finding such a leader is no small task, but I believe that we have succeeded. It is my pleasure to announce that the Board of Trustees of the University of Scranton has unanimously approved the election of Reverend Joseph G. Marina of the Society of Jesus to serve as the 28th president of the University of Scranton. Father Marina serves as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Lemoyne College, our sister Jesuit school in Syracuse, New York. I want to thank the Presidential Search Committee, composed of dedicated fellow trustees and representatives of the university's faculty, staff, alumni, and students who gave generously of their time and talent throughout the process. You have done marvelous work. At this time, I want to ask the chair of the search committee, University Trustee, Dr. Kathleen Sprouse Cummings, to tell you a little more about our president-elect. Kathy?
Thank you, Jim. And thanks also to my dedicated colleagues on the Presidential Search Committee and to all those who worked so hard to lead us to this happy moment. It is my privilege to tell you a little more about our president-elect. Father Marina has more than 20 years experience working in higher education. Since 2016, he has served as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs and Professor of Education at Lemoyne College. His responsibilities there include overseeing 3 academic schools, the Honors Program, Library, Campus Life, Student Housing, Conduct and Title IX Compliance, Diversity and Inclusion, Global Education, Student Success and Support Services, Disability Services, as well as several other areas. Later this week, on February 12th, Father Marina will conclude just over 2 months serving as acting president at Lemoyne, while President Linda Lemura completes a fellowship at Syracuse University. During his career, Father Marina has served as an associate provost and special assistant to the president at Lemoyne College, as Dean of the School of Continuing Education at Providence College, as Assistant Dean for the College of Science and Mathematics at Montclair State University, and Assistant Dean for Metropolitan College at St. John's University. Father Marina taught religious studies at Providence College and mathematics at St. John's University. He has also served as pastor for the Church of St. Francis Xavier and associate pastor of the Church of St. Ignatius Loyola in New York City. Father Marina is currently a trustee at St. Joseph's Hospital in Syracuse, New York, and Canisius High School in Buffalo, New York, where he is chair of the board's governance committee. He has previously served as a trustee at several Jesuit high schools and colleges. He holds a Doctor of Philosophy in Administration and Supervision from Fordham University, a Master of Divinity and a Master of Theology from Boston College, and a Master of Science in Secondary Education from St. John's University. He earned a Bachelor of Science in Physical Sciences from St. John's University. Father Marina entered the Society of Jesus in 2004 and was ordained to the priesthood in 2012. Having had many conversations with Father Marina over the last several months, I'd like to share just one exchange that will give you a glimpse into who he is and how deeply he already cares about the university he will soon lead. At the end of a preliminary interview a few weeks ago with a small group of trustees, I invited Father Marina to offer closing remarks. After reiterating his enthusiasm for the presidency and highlighting humbly his own experience and credentials, he had this to say: "I would like to speak to you now not as a candidate, but as a Jesuit. For the future of the University of Scranton and of Jesuit higher education in America, what's most important to me is not whether you choose me, but that you choose the most qualified candidate. I'll be praying for your discernment." It is now my great honor to present the person who, after a long and thorough process, proved indeed to be the most qualified candidate. Warmest congratulations to the 28th President of the University of Scranton, Joseph G. Marina of the Society of Jesus.
I would like to begin by thanking Dr. Cummings and the members of the search committee, along with Mr. Jim Slattery and the Board of Trustees for offering me the privilege of a lifetime, the chance to serve as president of this great Catholic and Jesuit university. As you heard, education, especially higher ed, has been a passion and a focus for me for my entire adult life and throughout my career, both as a Jesuit and even before. What you may not know is that my decision to enter the Society of Jesus came a bit later in life than it does for most Jesuits. I was 42 when I entered the St. Andrew Hall novitiate here in Syracuse. I first encountered the Jesuits while I was pursuing my doctoral degree at Fordham University. Meeting them and learning about the spirituality of St. Ignatius of Loyola created in me a feeling that I can best describe as a homecoming, as though the Society of Jesus was where I was meant to be all the time. Today, I feel the same way about the University of Scranton, soon to be my new home. So thank you for opening your hearts and your doors to me, and for the blessing of this great opportunity. Since day one in the Society of Jesus, I have heard so much about the University of Scranton, especially about your deep commitment to mission and identity, and no doubt growing from those, your incomparable sense of community. Throughout the search process, from the very beginning until the end, your care for each other, your love, mutual respect, your dedication to a shared mission shined through each and every conversation that I had. And I want you to know that I did my homework on Scranton. It was obvious to me right away that by any measure, the accomplishments of its students are matched only by their achievements after they graduate. Moving further into the search, I was so impressed by your new strategic plan, the tenets of which I want you to know I fully embrace. And I truly want to commend you for the collaborative process through which this plan was formed. Every segment of the campus seems to have been involved in its creation, which is a fine example of how much can be accomplished when people work together. I am most eager to listen to faculty, to staff, to students, alumni, the trustees, the Jesuits, the leaders of the city of Scranton, and to hear your thoughts and ideas. I want to hear and understand your experiences and your hopes for Scranton as we decide together how to realize the bold dreams of our strategic plan. Considering Scranton's rich history, it's really quite moving to me to reflect on the generations of love and sacrifice upon which so much success has already been built. And we are blessed to have perhaps the best example of love and sacrifice in our midst, and our current president, Father Scott Pallars. Although I had known about Scranton growing up in my hometown of Phillipsburg, New Jersey, my first visit to the Electric City didn't happen until the age of 43 when I was a Jesuit novice. I accepted the invitation to come to the university and speak to a group of students who might be considering life as a Jesuit. And that was also the first time that I met Father Pallars. I remember him saying to me, "Who knows, with any luck and with God's grace, maybe after you finish your formation, you'll be able to join us here and serve at the University of Scranton." It's only now, in hindsight, that I can fully appreciate that profound comment. Words are not enough to express my gratitude to Father Pallars for the amazing job he has done through 2 tenures as president, and especially for his remarkable leadership during what has been perhaps the most challenging year that any college president has ever had to face. He is an inspiration to me and to so many. He loves and is loved back. And I'm looking forward to having Father Pallars as my mentor and to exploring ways with him for him to remain engaged in the life of the university. Another great blessing to me is that through his work and the work of the entire Scranton family, the university's focus has remained exactly where it should be, squarely on our students, and in providing the transformational experience that Catholic and Jesuit education always promises. I am so eager to join in this vital mission, and I can't wait to meet you all in person. Thank you for listening, and go Royals.
Thanks, Father Marina, and congratulations and welcome. At this time, I want to invite the 24th and currently the 27th president of the University of Scranton, Reverend Scott R. Pallars of the Society of Jesus, to say a few words. I can't thank Father Pallars enough for the profound love, devotion, and transformational leadership he continues to give to the university. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the Reverend Scott R. Pallars of the Society of Jesus, President of the University of Scranton.
Thank you, Jim. And thank you, Kathleen, and the members of the search committee and fellow trustees for your service and effort that have led us to this new leader that we announced today. I could not be more pleased with your choice. Father Marina belongs in Scranton. He understands well what makes Scranton special. And he believes deeply that Catholic and Jesuit education can have a remarkable effort on the lives of our students. He is committed to justice and realizes the important role that colleges, most especially Jesuit colleges, can lead in playing out this effort for their immediate communities and for the world. He is also acutely focused on the purpose of our mission, the reason we are here at all, our students. In this, he understands that faculty are central to his Scranton education, but that the entire university community must work together to fulfill our mission. His career testifies to his commitment to success for all, and his experience as a Jesuit has propelled him well to meet the many challenges facing colleges in these unprecedented times. I am also delighted we have found Father Marina, a seasoned, collaborative, pastoral leader who will inspire us to continue in our restlessness, grounded in deep gratitude for the many gifts God has given us. I congratulate Joe and look forward to working with you. God bless you. God bless Catholic and Jesuit education. May God bless the University of Scranton. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Pallars. Father Marina, welcome to the University of Scranton. In preparation of a visit to campus in the future, we wanted to be sure you were appropriately attired. So we took the liberty of sending you a few items that will make you feel at home on campus.
All right, so I have a bag here that I promised not to open until this moment. It arrived by Federal Express earlier this morning. So you're going to, I'm going to see these items for the first time, just as you're seeing them. So I'm not sure what to expect here. Oh, how wonderful. All right, well, there are a few items. First is a wonderful Scranton cap. How about that? What do you think? A banner for my room in the Jesuit residence. And a beautiful sweatshirt. Wonderful. I promise you I will cherish all these gifts and they'll get good use, believe me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Please join me in congratulating Father Marina and welcoming him to Scranton. This concludes the program for today. Thank you for joining us and have a great day. Go Royals.